Wait this, I have a Spring AI app running and I'll tell it, my name is Dmitry. Okay, nice to meet you, Dmitry. Okay, very good. Great. Now, what is my name? Next request. What is my name? I don't know your name. You haven't told me. Complete amnesia. And this isn't a bug. This is how every LLM works. No memory. Every request starts from zero. Today I'm fixing this. First with an in-memory solution, 3 lines of code. Then with a real database, so conversations survive even when you restart your server. Now let's go. So 2 things are working against us here. HTTP is stateless, every REST call is independent, and the LLM is stateless. OpenAI, Claude, Gemini, none of them remember you between requests. So if we want a real conversation, we have to collect the messages, store them, and send them back with every new request. That's exactly what Spring AI's chat memory does, automatically. Spring AI gives us 3 pieces that work together. Chat memory, this decides how to manage your history. The default is a sliding window. Keep the last n messages, drop the older ones. Smart because LLMs have a context limit. And chat memory repository, this is where messages get stored. In memory, in a database, you choose. And MessageChatMemoryAdvisor, the glue. It automatically loads history before each request, adds it to the prompt and saves new messages after. You configure it once and forget about it. So let's add this to our project. Starting with in-memory, 0 extra dependencies. Here is our AI chat from the last video. We have got 3 methods, simple chat, code review with structured output, and chat with tool calling. The whole thing from video 1. Link in the description if you need the setup. But right now there is no memory. The chat method just fires and forgets. Let's fix it. So let me do this at speed of light, and then I will explain in details what happens and how that actually works. Okay, so 2 things changed. In the constructor, let's go to constructor, we don't need this one. Let's go to constructor. What we can see here, I'm adding a default advisor, MessageChatMemoryAdvisor. That wraps a message window chat memory with a max window of 10 messages. So it keeps the last 10 messages per conversation and automatically drops older ones. So it's up to you to set the max message limit. It can be 10, it can be 100, 1 million, it's up to you, right? And in the chat method, I added a conversation ID parameter. This is how Spring AI isolates conversations. User A messages don't leak into user B chat. So different ID, different memory, right? So also note that code review and chat with tools didn't change at all. Those are one-shot requests. They don't need conversation history. The advisor is a default, but it only kicks in when you pass a conversation ID. So by default, Spring AI auto-configures an in-memory chat memory repository. So right now, everything lives in a concurrent hash map inside our app. No database, no extra dependencies. Okay, and now let's update AI controller as well. Okay, let's go to AI controller. Here is our chat, and update that endpoint. So now we have a request parameter string message, and we need a next request parameter related to our conversation ID. Let's also include a default value, let's say it's default, and string conversation ID. Also, we need to include conversation ID, right? Conversation ID. Very good. So as you can see, AI service is green as well. Okay. So once again, let's go back. We added conversation ID as a request parameter with a default value. The review and tools endpoints are untouched. Okay, so let's restart our service. Okay, service started. Now let's go back to Postman and ask some questions. My name is Dmitry, and let's specify conversation ID. Conversation ID is demo1. Okay, let's shoot it. Nice to meet you, Dmitry. Okay, so now let's ask the same question. What is my name? What is my name? And pay attention, conversation ID should still be the same. And now your name is Dmitry. Okay, so let me push it further. I live in Riga. I live in Riga, Latvia. Okay, thanks, noted, blah blah blah. Okay, and now let's ask him a question. What do you know about me so far? So it should list both our name and the place where we live, or I live. So far, okay, name Dmitry and location Riga. And now, but you see, this is all done under the same conversation ID. But if we ask what is my name and change conversation ID to a different one, and we are back. I don't know your name. Different conversation ID, and it has no idea who I am. Each conversation is completely isolated, and that has just been proven. This is exactly what you want in real app with multiple users. So that's it? We are done? Well, not quite. There is a problem, a big one, and I can show you in about 5 seconds. Now I'm going to stop the application and start it again. And let's see what happens in that case. Okay, application restarted. Let's go back and ask what is my name. And you see, I don't know, you haven't told me. So everything is gone. The entire conversation history wiped, because it was all in memory. The moment the Java virtual machine shuts down, it's gone. For a demo, that's fine. For a real application, unacceptable. Your users close the browser, your server restarts for a deployment, a pod gets recycled in Kubernetes, and all conversations disappear. We need persistence, and Spring AI makes upgrading to a database shockingly easy. So first, we need to add 2 dependencies. Let's stop our service, go to pom XML, and let's add some dependencies. So the first dependency, this Spring AI starter model blah blah blah, gives us JDBC chat memory repository. So the way how we will communicate with our table. And the second is just a PostgreSQL driver. Now let's look at our Docker Compose file. Simple PostgreSQL container, nothing special. Database, we specify database, username, password, and also the image, Postgres version 17. Okay? And now in terminal, so make sure your Docker is launched, and let's do Docker Compose app minus D. Okay, so everything is done. Okay, container created and network as well. Okay, very good. And now let's go to application.yaml and add some additional properties, right? Okay, so let's add some database or data source related URL. Okay, JDBC Postgres localhost. Okay, so the only difference is that our database name is Spring AI. So let's specify username. It's also Spring AI and password as well. Yeah? As a reminder, we specified it here in Docker Compose. Okay, so that's one set. And another one we should add under AI chat, okay, and related to memory. So now we need to say to our configuration that we have this data source. Please use it to store the data you need. Memory, repository, JDBC, and initialize schema, and it should be always. Okay, so that's what we did. And the last property, initialize schema always, tells Spring AI to automatically create a Spring AI chat memory table for us, where we will store our conversations. No SQL scripts, no flyway migration needed for development. That's all, right? And now let's go back to our AI service and update it a bit. The most beautiful part. So how much code do we change in our service? Let me do this at speed of light as previously, and then I will explain what happens. And the spoiler is that we will change only this part, only our constructor. Okay, let's see. Okay, look at how little actually changes we did. So I'm injecting chat memory repository. Yeah, Spring auto configures the JDBC one because we added the starter, right? Then I pass it to a message window chat memory builder, right? Chat memory builder. Okay, and that's it. And the chat method. Let's see what happens in chat method. Identical to the in-memory version, right? So we actually didn't change anything. The controller, identical as well. So the code review and tool calling methods haven't been touched since the previous video. So the only difference is the constructor. One extra parameter, chat memory repository. And this is classic Spring philosophy, right? Swap the infrastructure, keep the business logic. You went from in-memory to PostgreSQL by changing where the messages are stored and nothing else. Okay, now let's start the app. Okay, you can see, yes, carry data source. So we have started, completed. Okay, very good. So Spring AI created a table for us. Now let's go back to our chat and talk a bit. Let's put like this. My name is Dmitry and I'm a Java developer. And let's use a different conversation ID. Let's say persist. persistent one. Okay, let's go. Okay, nice to meet you, Dmitry. Thanks for the intro. Quick list of things I can help you with, blah blah blah. Okay, very good. So let's add some more info. I am building an AI course with Spring AI. Okay, so still the same conversation ID. Okay, so we are just giving some context to our AI agent so we can later verify what it actually remembers, right? Great, Dmitry. I can help you design the whole host, blah, 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 blah. We are not interested in that. Okay, so we have established some context. Now, the moment of truth. Let's stop our application. So we stopped it. Virtual machine is dead. And now let's start it again. Okay, application started. And now let's ask. What do you know about me? What do you know about me? So last time we asked that when we used in-memory storage. If you remember, after restart, our AI agent said that, sorry, I don't know anything about you. And now let's see. From what you told me in this conversation, explicit facts. Your name is Dmitry, Java developer and building a course. The conversation survived a full restart. The messages are in PostgreSQL. They will survive deployments, crashes, pod restarts, anything. Right? This is production-ready memory. Okay, so now let's go to the actual database and see what happened there. Okay, and as you see, here is the full history, right? So what we said, and so marked as user, and what AI actually responded, right? So the full history, every message stored, type, content, conversation ID, and also should be timestamp. Let's see, yeah, timestamp as well. Okay, clean and queryable. So let's recap what we just did. We started with a chat endpoint that had amnesia. Every request was independent. When we added MessageChatMemoryAdvisor with an in-memory store, 3 lines of code, and suddenly our AI remembers conversations. But in-memory dies with the Java virtual machine. So we added 1 dependency, 4 lines of database config, and injected chat memory repository. And now our conversations survive across restarts, deployments, even server migrations. The chat method itself, well, didn't change at all. That's the power of Spring AI structure or architecture. You swap the storage layer and the business logic stays untouched. Well, this is the multiplier theory. You already know Spring Boot, you already know dependency injection, you already know how to configure a data source, and Spring AI just takes all of that and connects it to AI. Your existing skills multiply. Next video, we are going to tackle something even more powerful, RAG. That's Retrieval Augmented Generation, making your AI answer questions about your data, your documents, and your database. Same Spring Boot project, just one more layer. So if you don't want to miss that, hit subscribe and the bell. And drop a comment, are you building something with Spring AI? I want to hear about you. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.